Hello, hi, this is Nora from Dr. Abba Plans. Thank you so much if you're joining me again and you're coming back to another video on my channel. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate your support and just a listening ear in the comments. If you are new, I want to welcome you. I hope you enjoy some of the things I have to show you. Definitely check back on some of the other videos that I've posted more recently, showing some of the things that I've been doing. Okay, so before I get into it, I'm just going to give you a little bit of background of me if in case you are new. So I am a mother of three, a wife, and I'm also a full-time college instructor professor. My area is English, composition, literature, and I very much enjoy what I do. Okay, so first I'm just going to do a review about some of the items that I am currently using. So as my reference planner, I'm using this beautiful Stardust planner. This is in the personal size with gold rings. Definitely check out my video that goes more into detail about how I'm using this beauty. This is something I only pick up maybe once a week or so. Absolutely love it. I love collecting all these different dashboards, and it's just such a beautiful place to go to when I go in once a week, sometimes twice, depending on what I have to check on or reference, I should say. Okay, next up is this beautiful weeks I've been in. Oh, and actually in personal, I'll go back and tell you, I've tried different planner sizes and I'm very much happy with personal. And I've been here since about like maybe August or so in the size, even though I switch out the covers. Then weeks, as I was saying, serves me as my wellness record book, I'm calling it. I did do some planning. I do have a video going through some of the different ways that I've used the layouts and whatnot. So it not only serves me as my wellness record, but I also started doing what is a little journaling specifically on the 52 lists here that I have the book right here. So I do some of that there. Okay, so this is something actually I pick up every day in the morning, sometimes in the evening, depending, just to kind of check in so I can complete all my wellness trackers that I create in here. I'll just briefly show you my most recent one. It is not completed because I have to finish my my week here. Okay, so that is that. So previously I showed a video where I looked at what's in here, which is the take note planner, and my intentions were fully to use this as my 2022 planner, and there were a lot of great, how can I say, qualities that I liked of this planner. But ultimately, believe it or not, after filming that video, I came to the realization that there were some items in here that were missing that I needed in a planner, and my recommendation is just go with it, like meaning give something a try. I would say I was in here for about 2 weeks, and then that's when I started to see things kind of fall apart on me. And that's why now I'm going to focus on the Hobonichi cousin that's in here, that's stored in here. Both of them are A5. I did do a comparison on these two, on the Hobonichi cousin with the take a note. Of course, when I was filming that, I was head on saying I was going to use take a note, but since then I've had a change of heart, and I'm glad I have those 2 weeks to realize what was going on. The other change that I had is that now I did start working. My winter break is over, and that's when reality hit of the needs that I had. I almost felt like this held me up during that winter break when not a lot was going on. But now that I am in full mode with teaching and motherhood and all the other responsibilities that we have, I've realized that it is a little bit short of the space that I need. Okay, so let me go into her. This is the cousin. I have her stored in this beautiful Louis Vuitton cover, and any A6 cover will fit her. I do have the clear protector here, the cover. So if the cover uncovered this, I'm going to take her out just so that it's a little bit easier for me to move her around. And I'll explain why I went in here. And maybe I had a couple friends contact me, and they said to me, it seemed that when you were doing the video on the take a note and the cousin, that they could tell that I was maybe going to go into the cousin. I don't know if you felt that. And I didn't anticipate that that was going to be what was going to happen. But anyhow, let me continue. I don't have tabs on it, just like I did not have it on take a note, although this cover, the Louis Vuitton, would allow it because it wouldn't get stuck or anything, or the pen loop, like perhaps maybe on a cover like this one with a strap. So I do have that now as a option, but for now I'm okay just putting these sticky tabs here, so those are fine with me. So the cover is from Lauren Phelps Design. I have this all over my Instagram page because I love all the Lauren Phelps Design covers. This is the clear one. It's got a floral pattern already on it, and I did put my sterling ink vellum in there. And so when I open her up, I'll explain how I'm using her, and as I am going back and looking at the original list as to when I was doing the comparison between the two as to why I ended up choosing this one. So when I open her up, this beautiful cover has pockets here. I just put my sterling ink little card there and post-its right there. So initially I set her up because I did get the cousin in December. It didn't quite work out because I thought Take a Note would be a little better. I was very intimidated with the daily views. Now that I am in my real life, we'll say, no longer in winter break and the holidays, I've come to realize I need that space, and I'm going to show you how I'm using it. So this page, I put these Virgo paper stickers over it, although I did end up deciding to go with sterling ink theme. For now, I'm just going to leave that there. I know there's a way to remove it, but I am just going to let that go. I'm currently not using this because I am keeping all my trackers in here for my wellness, which is mostly what I would track in here. And also I have a monthly tracker in here in my personal rings, which I transfer information from here because this is a weekly tracking system to the monthly tracking system where then I will graph that. Okay, so this for now is empty. I may use it in the future. For now, I am very comfortable just leaving that there for now. Ideally, I would use it for tracking. Okay, so I did go back and I back planned the whole month of December here, just some important dates. I am continuing, like I said, with my sterling ink. I have all the little stickers in here ready to go. So very excited to continue that. I mostly go with that particular shop because every month there's something new. So the themes all go according to the month, and you can pretty much have this very consistent, streamlined sticker setup. Okay, and I really am enjoying that. So this is my monthly. I did have more going on in my Take a Note, but then upon reflection, I realized there were some items I can take away from there and include them in here. So the first item I have here on the sidebar here would be, okay, so initially I was going to use this for work, okay? And so the items I have here, it's supposed to be a weekly highlight, but they're focused on work because initially this was going to be a work planner. So these two items are about work, these two weekly reflections. And I may just continue that, to tell you the truth, just to kind of have some consistency for this month. Maybe next month I'll switch it around. I have big stickers. Okay, so I did say in my video when I compared Take a Note to the cousin that they're very comparable. I do feel the Take a Note does have a little bit more space. And of course, I do very much love the very neutral look of the Take a Note. I will show you a quick little glimpse just in case you haven't seen that previous video. Maybe you don't have time to see the other one. So I will show you right here. This was the very neutral. I used up a lot of my sterling ink stickers in here. So I feel kind of bad that I did that. But see, it's more spacious and it's more neutral. And I really, really love that. And there's how I was using the sidebar right here. And I'm going to continue that in my cousin as well. But either way, though, it's okay. I'm very comfortable with this. It's not something I am living in, like, meaning I'm not, yes, I open to reference my monthly view, of course, but it's not a place where I am looking at all day and all night, you know. And after a while, I will tell you the truth, I don't really see the color anymore, so I'm okay with it. But I will say that's one feature I very much enjoyed of Take a Note. Okay, so this is just some future things. I have not done this. I do have the February sub box already for sterling ink, and the February launch for that line, that collection, I mean, is coming up very, very soon. I believe it's next week Friday when you're watching this. But in the meantime, this is blank because as they come out, I will decorate this. Okay, so monthly view is just appointments, as you can see, like a pup appointment, meetings, because Friday was like my real day, back to work type of thing, and any other things, not things that are repeated. I do save that for my weekly view that I'll show you in just a second. And then Virgo and paper stickers right there to mark those holidays. Okay, so weekly view. I did back plan the first week of January. I did not do the previous one for December, okay, which was going to be this one. I just felt I'll just start the new year in here. I very much love this space. I'm not typically, and I did say in my last video, I do tend to be a horizontal weekly planner, but I didn't mind doing this vertical hourly, to tell you the truth. I did use stickers from the planner spot, and that was another thing too. The weekly view in Take a Note felt a little crowded, and while I was in my weeks, for a while doing that. It was different because I always felt like weeks was something very portable. This was a weekly view and something on the go per se. So if I'm going to go all out, I feel in an A5 planner this size, this big, that's going to sit on my desk, yet it is still very portable, I'd prefer to have something with more space like this. Now, I've been in a space like this for the Wonderland Weekly. I've done it in the B6, so I am familiar with this. And what I'm doing here is a pre-planning. This was, I'll show you this one that's completely done. But the way I'm going, moving forward, the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to have the pre-plan of just like appointments and things of that nature, okay? And then as the week goes by, I'll fill in. And then as the week ends, I will look at reference my daily views and then go back and plug in a couple of memorable things I want to include in here. Okay, so that's what I'm planning on doing with this. So it's it'll have pre, during, and post planning in here, and I'm very comfortable with this. I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. I started putting some tasks in here, but I decided if I'm going to put any tasks in here, they're going to be tasks that are going to be important. Okay, so not the everyday, you know, laundry and things like that. Again, I will reveal, or you probably do know, if you follow me on Instagram, I am a daily planner. Daily planning is my home. That is my preference. And I love having that very fresh page. Which, as I'm going, I said, as I was showing you how I'm using this, I'm also explaining why I'm in this planner. One, I love the space of this weekly more. And two, when you get to the daily pages, the idea of having a fresh page every single day is very appealing. Whereas when I was in Take a Note, I felt, the best word for me, a bit crowded when I was in here. After a while, I stopped on the 8th because I couldn't do it anymore, to tell you the truth. I just felt like, okay, that's enough of that. I'm going to just proceed here because I felt like it was just a little bit too tight for me in here, as you can see. And I started to do a little bit of journaling, and I realized that the space just wasn't going to hold me up, unfortunately, for what the type of planner that I am. Okay, moving on then. Like I said, these are all from the Planner Spot. They do have a monthly sticker kit, which I purchased, and I'm just kind of pulling stickers here where I want and whatnot. This big monthly is also from the Planner Spot in my attempt to make this a little bit more neutral. So let me just turn the page so you can see. You see, instead of having all that red, it looks like that. But I'm not trying to go all out and cover everything. I'm comfortable with, as far as I've gone with this planner, as far as what it's going to look like. You know, I know I'm not going to be able to cover absolutely everything, and that's okay with me because I'm more of a pen and paper planner and I do like my deco stickers, but not enough to go all out and cover everything. Okay, so this is this week. Again, I used that same strategy. I went in and I did a little highlighting this time. I did go and use more of the Sterling ink stickers this time. I continued with the Planner Spot monthly sticker there and highlighted the week, and then put all my deco, of course, from Sterling ink, and a couple other ones. These are from Papery Planning. In fact, these were from Pretty Planner Crafts right here, and more from Papery Planning right there. And this is where I'm at. Okay, today for me is Saturday, and this is where I'm at. I need to go back doing the post planning, kind of like writing down some key things that I want to remember, that I want them to stand out. Okay, so now I'm going to go into my monthly view here. But before I do that, I want to address the other issue that I had and Take a Note. And in my on my video where I talked about Take a Note, I did talk about how there were only 8 notes pages. And that really did not go very well for me, especially now that I've been working. And I will explain how, believe it or not, I'm in here, and yet I still need a little bit more space. But first, let me just talk about that. So the notes pages, I love that, and I'll show you one that doesn't have anything in here for the month of February, because this is what a little dashboard you would get. And before every month, I love the fact that you have this here. Okay, I've decided to fill mine out with putting my goals. So I did a little stamping in here moving forward, and because I don't plan on using a lot of stamping, but for this, on this occasion, I did decide to do it because I had a lot of influence from Plan to Create, and that's Plan, the number 2, Create, Plan to Create, where she set up a little different because everybody, you know, does, you know, depending on their needs. And I kind of like the idea of doing goals on this page, and that's what I did. I selected 6. I have more goals, but I wanted these that I know I'm the weakest at the moment, so I wanted to do that. I transferred over my vellum that I had in my Take a Note, and I placed it here. I can show, I have plans of showing videos of how to make sure you can tip it in. It's very easy, and how to make sure to cut the vellum. to fit inside of the here. Okay, but I will show that on another occasion. For now, I just want to continue and explain some of the things that I'm doing in here. So I also did some more stamping here. The big boxes for stamping are from Notebook Therapy, and the smaller ones, Studio 2L, I want to say, I can't remember the exact name. Please forgive me for that. And this big January sticker is from the Planner Spot, and the washi that I cut into different sizes just to kind of give a little bit of deco, that one is from Lauren Phelps Design as well. Okay, so I didn't fill these in because I had not moved in, and they did not need it because I had not started work. I think the week that I know I'm going to start working, that's when I was like, okay, I need to get to it. So I will also mention, before I go and explain the layout that I'm using, I'm going to mention that one of the things I did notice with Take a Note is that the paper became to me a little bit more and more coarse. And I love this. And I even said this in my other video that I felt that the cousin paper was way more buttery, way softer, and I really liked it. Although they're both on websites, they're stated as Tomoe River paper, I do feel that there is a difference, and I like this one a little, not a little, a lot more. Okay. The other thing before I keep going about my layout here is the spine. I did address this. And although last time I talked about I was comfortable with the exposed spine and Take a Note, I do feel that I still do prefer something that looks a little bit more put together with a closed spine. However, I do understand that the other spine, let me show it to you right now, is for, so it lays flat better and whatnot. But aesthetically, that was another thing. I was looking at aesthetics. I was looking at paper. Spine is part of the aesthetics. I was looking at notes pages for the dashboard. I was looking at the daily view that I don't get in Take a Note. So I wanted that. And this, while I started doing some journaling and Take a Note, I feel that I can take my journaling to the next step here. So this is going to vary depending on the day, but the way I have it set up is a running to-do list here, a quote here, a Bible quote specifically, and gratitude. And in this case, I needed to go and buy some items, so I put that there. And my self-care, I just put for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, very simple in here. This day, for example, on the next day, I went ahead with these items. This time I had a doctor appointment, so I want to reflect on that, and I made myself a little note. Moving on over here, you can kind of see how I went in a little different direction now. I had a longer note here, and here I went all out and did a much longer gratitude. So this is the journaling piece that I felt was really, there wasn't enough space to do that and Take a Note. And as I started, I will thank Take a Note, that planner, because it really brought me back to that journaling component while planning and that reflection piece. And this is where I'm at over here. This was yesterday for me, a nice long gratitude again, a quote. It allows me space to do stickers sometimes. I don't want to sticker it up too much again, so there are just, I'm trying to place them very strategically so it's not overwhelming. So again, it's all from Sterling ink here, and this one, this little letter is going to be from the Planner Spot. So this you can get this one for your pencil board. You can also do this one, which is going to be, this is actually from Hobonichi itself. I bought this from Amazon, and this one is going to be from Lauren Phelps Design. This is a clear, beautiful gold foil writing board for you. So I do recommend the writing board. It has helped me tremendously. So definitely check those out. I'm glad that I have two options, and the reason I have two options is because while I'm using this as my planner, obviously this is, none of this is filled in. I do have, in addition to this, a little notebook I picked up. And this little notebook, and that's what I mean, like I have a lot of space here, as you can see, but in addition to that, there's some specific work items that I wanted to write in here, which I'm not going to show, obviously. I bought this package together from Amazon, and here's where I'm writing my private work notes. Since I had, for example, a meeting yesterday, I want to make sure I have that in here as a, and it's nice because it fits in so well. So let me just show you how it ends up looking with my setup here. So let me just kind of move a couple items around and slip this in here. Hopefully things are not going to fall apart on me as I'm doing this. See, I put that in there, and someone did ask me, how come you haven't been using your Lotus? This is why. I just love sticking this guy in here. That's why I love doing that. Okay, so I have it all here, a couple work notes, a little work notebook, and this. Obviously I can stick this in the Lotus if I wanted to in here, but I just feel like this is so convenient. Just take it in and take it out, and I don't have to worry about decorating these pockets that much either. Whereas obviously in the Lotus, I mean, I could leave them empty, and I had them before on here, but I feel that this is just so much easier. I just have to open it, and I don't have to baby this one at all. So this is where I've been. So pens. So a lot of the pens, well, the two pens, well, I was using the original Hobonichi pen, and then afterwards, Plan to Create, Julie from Plan to Create talked about this pen, this Uni Pure Malt. I was able to get this through Amazon, but also um, Jet Pens has this one. Okay, but last time I checked, they were out of stock, and I love that video where Julie talked about the pens to use in the cousin. I also purchased this Frixon. This is an erasable pen. You could just kind of click it here, and it's got the little top where you would get your little eraser. So I'm using this in my monthly view of, or even and my weekly view for items that I'm not sure if they're going to stay or go, or maybe, you know, that type of thing. I love how it writes. It's a very, very fine point. It's absolutely perfect to me. I wish this pen was not erasable. I am scared to keep writing more permanent things like on this Bailey spread with this pen because I'm scared that it might smudge down the line or something. This pen is a little bit more pricey. I did get this from Amazon, but I know that other places sell it as well, but like Jet Pens, but I'm happy I got it very fast and I love it completely. So these two I would recommend. This is the one I'm using on a daily basis. This is the one for my monthly or weekly tasks that I'm not sure are going to happen. And that's it. I'm still going with my mild liner. I got a pencil and a ruler and all those other items. I will say that I started to use, I found this correction tape, this Tombow, while I was using the Take a Note, but I found that this also feels, or it works very well in cousin too. So this is a great option. This is what I'm using right here. These are like my go-to, and as well as that guy right there. And for I only have really one that I use, which is the N89. This is the only brush pen that I use for highlighting, and that is it. And I only use it in my weekly view. Okay, guys, so that's it for me. And yeah, I'm hoping that I'm answering that question because I did have a lot of DMs over their Instagram asking me what happened. And it was interesting as I was explaining the difference between Take a Note and cousin. When I finished recording that video, I was like, oh my goodness, that cousin's actually gonna work even better. I hate to say it because of the extra space it's going to have. So that was kind of what happened to me. But I will say that if you're somebody who maybe you just need something very simple, you know, Take a Note is an excellent option. If you're not looking for notes pages, I know girls that do journaling in here, you know, and they just need something here. As you can see, my weeks were not that busy when I was on my winter break, but now that things are picking up, I need more space. And that's the only reason why I just didn't continue. And I do like that feeling of having a fresh page to start on. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I hope this answered that question. If you had that question as far as what happened, why did I go into cousin, and kind of the reasons why and how I'm using still my planner system. So this has totally been a little update for you while explaining indirectly some of the pros and cons, okay, that are more personal, you know, meaning my own opinion. Thank you so much. I hope to see you in the next video. Let me know in the comments if you have anything else you'd like to see, or just if you want to chit chat. Thanks again. Have a great one.